Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. Valentine's Day is about to happen and I had the idea to make a top 12 romantic locations to share with you. Let me show you some really stunning and beautiful places in game. Well, I felt creative yesterday, so I started working on this new idea to make a top video on romantic locations in game. Valentine's Day is tomorrow, which means this is the perfect time to go over a topic like this. Plus, there's always a first time for everything, right? Now, I know that there's quite some couples that play Fallout 76 together. I actually know a few. So I thought that maybe this would be an interesting idea whether you play with your loved one or not. Because these places are really beautiful and some of them are really unique and different in its own way. So they are worth visiting no matter your relationship status. I promise that you will like them all. If you are a regular Fallout 76 player, you are probably familiar with some of the locations that I am about to present to you, but I'm confident that some of them will be entirely new to you. So let me show you my top 12 romantic locations in game right now. I hope you will enjoy it. My last entry in the list is at the GABRAHAN estate in the Ash Heap. I know what you're probably thinking, Jesus, that region is all but romantic. It's all black and burning, ashes everywhere, what could be romantic about such place? Well, if you get to the top of this tower, you will probably understand why. The roof view is spectacular from any angle. You can basically see the entire Ash Heap area as well as part of the Savage Divide. To be honest with you, sometimes destruction can be beautiful too. You can watch the region burn with your loved one or alone. The smoke is more noticeable during the day, but the night sky is much prettier to watch. The interior can be interesting as well. This estate used to be a luxurious one, so you will find all sorts of high society remains inside. Moreover, the sunsets from the roof are really stunning. Sometimes they are purple and other times they are rather orange. Either way, they are worth gazing at until the sun goes down. This next location can be found at the very northwest of the map and it's one of the highest points in Appalachia. Here at the Darling Sisters lab you can have a complete view of the west part of the forest region, which includes the river too. If you are a nature lover, then you cannot miss this spot. You will be surrounded by mountains, tons of them as you can see, and a forest area as obvious. I have selected this location mostly because it is quite unknown and the landscape here is simply gorgeous. Needless to say that the sunsets are really beautiful too. The location itself is nothing special, there's a bunch of shacks, but hey, you can get a banjo instrument to display at your camp, which is near the radio by the way, so there's that. Also, the night sky here is really impressive with tons of clouds coming and going. This is a great place for a date in nature and I'm glad I have found it. I don't know about you, but I find waterscapes really relaxing and romantic. I have remembered this iconic lake and waterfalls south of the entrance to Silo Alpha. The water stream here is quite extensive. If you follow it south, you will get quite far from the silo itself. The landscape changes quite a lot, and if you follow the water stream with the small waterfalls, you will eventually end up at another lake with fallen trees around and on it. There's plenty of wildlife here too, such as a wagwai at the main lake, and foxes spawn here quite often too. The lovely water reflections during sunsets and sunrises are probably my favorite feature of this location, but overall, this waterscape is beautiful at any time of the day. I really like water landscapes, so this is a somewhat biased choice from me. Nevertheless, I find it really pretty and pleasant for a small romantic adventure. What do you think? The ninth location is near the Seneca Rocks in the Savage Divide. There is something magical about this place. The incredible high mountains, the red bridge, and the lake underneath makes the entire landscape stand out. However, there is another element that makes things even more interesting, which is the typical misty climate in here. You will often find clouds or mist in the air because of the high elevation of this specific place. Sometimes it feels like you are walking inside white clouds, and that feels refreshing and awesome in my opinion. Your eyes will definitely thank you for coming here and checking this place out. Again, this is all nature, so it might not be for city lovers, just saying. The visuals are diversified yet very balanced. Explore it alone or with your special one. I'm quite sure you won't regret it. Another romantic spot is the roof of the WestTech Research Center. There is a lot going on there in case you didn't know. First of all, you've got an incredible view of different regions, such as the Savage Divide, the forest, and even the Cranberry Bog. Yep, it's a complete pack since you're right in the middle of the map. But there's more here. You can find tons of paint cans and an art section on the roof with several paints to inspire you. In reality, you should just pick them up because it's basically free lead for you to craft whatever you want, such as ammo. Anyway, there's one third thing that you won't want to miss. Trust me. Near the WestTech letter signs, you will see a chair with a wooden box and a cake on top of it. Exactly. You can enjoy the impressive view while collecting a free, perfectly preserved pie. Isn't that really romantic? You can even gift it to your date if you bring one along. It's very nice, convenient, cozy, and so many other things. Just get here, explore, and enjoy. This entry is an emotional and symbolic pic. I'm talking about skeleton couples with love items around them. That basically shows that love can be eternal and prevail over any war. Together in life and death, literally. It is a mix of emotions, sad because they died and happy because the couple remained united until the very end. Anyway, I first had the Torrance house for this eternal love section, but I ended up replacing it with the Skyfall version near the relay tower ELB102, a courtesy of my friend Scodden who shared the location with me. Thank you once again. Well, if you do come here, you might as well enjoy the stunning view to the Cranberry Bog and the Watauga City. The night sky is really blue around this location and you can see the stars very well. All-night hauls are invited. This list wouldn't be complete without Whitespring, the only location that kept the old ways of living before the war. You can find lovely intact buildings and fresh flowers in the nearby gardens. It's like an inception or a bubble. This place doesn't really blend in, if you know what I mean, considering the state of everywhere else in the map. Now, Whitespring is probably the most popular location in games, so basically everyone knows about it. You gotta be creative when it comes to this location. You can always do some shopping around, check for plans, pay attention to details you never noticed before, have a sulfur bath with your date, or just hang around in one of the many luxurious rooms in the hotel. You can even sit at the Nuka-Cola bar and buy whatever type you feel like drinking. Now, the interesting part is that you can actually have dinner in here, no role-playing. I learned about this feature today, so when you sit at the main restaurant, a waitress robot will come to you and automatically pop up a vending window with lots of different foods for you to purchase. It's my new way to buy food when I'm full on caps. Damn, this game is full of surprises. 1 year and a half later and I am still learning new things almost every day. I bet you didn't know about this one either. You're welcome. I really wanted to include the MIRE in this list because the swamp area has its charm. That's when I remembered about this lake and waterfall south of Vault 94. I used to have my camp here many months ago, and it is indeed a very beautiful place. I think this used to be a picnic place before the war, judging by all the remaining items there. Nevertheless, it also has a high waterfall, the only one I know like this actually. It looks stunning during the day and night, especially from above. The water splashes are also quite harsh in there. It is certainly fun to visit for a little while. There's hardly anything else to see though, but the MIRE has a special place in my heart. I just love the environment. It's really dark and mysterious during the night, and the yellow sun rays during the day makes your journey way more vivid and interesting. This is definitely a romantic place to visit and one of the most beautiful waterscapes in-game. Did you know that in the very north of the map there is a Firefly bird dome? I had no idea it existed until very recently. Thank you, Scotland, for decreasing my ignorance. Anyhow, this place is very unique and different from anything you can find in-game. During the day, it might seem like a random place lost in the middle of the forest. I mean, the view is decent from above the dome, and the firefly lamps look interesting for sure, but when the night comes, this place transforms radically. It's like a whole different location. The firefly lamps shine bright so much, and the real fireflies make the place look alive. It's like there's some sort of magic, nostalgia, and romance in the air. If you are a devoted Fallout 76 player, then please do yourself a favor and visit this place during the night. It is really an unique and pleasant experience. One of my utmost favorite locations in Appalachia is the Ohio River Adventures, because this screams perfection for my personal preferences at least. It has a huge lake, a wooden cabin, and a wooden small dock, with a boat there. I mean, I really like rustic and wooden houses, and this place just looks and feels special to me. I don't know any other location that resembles this place to start with, and secondly, the landscape is so gorgeous. It's so pretty. All the colors from the forest with the blue sky and the water reflections and the wooden bridges, everything is so beautiful, and I really think this is a complete set for romance. The sunset here is also something else. The light is so intense, it's like everything turns orange golden. If I had to choose a place for a date in this game, this would surely be at the very top of my list. The second place goes to all the grooves in the world. I'm being serious here. There are 4 of them in the Cranberry Bog, and they are all wonderful. Besides the random event encounters you can find there, you can also find these red-pink alien-looking plants that can give you respiratory diseases, but hey, it's all worth the trouble, because they spit firework. I mean, it's some sort of pollen, I guess, but it does look like fireworks, and it's free of charge, so yeah. Is there anything more romantic than watching a fire show together with your loved one? Great idea, don't you think? Just make sure to head to one of the grooves at night, because that's when the golden sparkles will shine the most in contrast with the blue sky. You can always watch it during the day too if you want, but it's really not the same thing. Alright, it's finally time for you to know what's my number 1. It is the Palace of the Winding Path because, ladies and gentlemen, this location is a piece of art. It might not be the most romantic place ever for some of you, but in general, everywhere you go here is just stunning and gorgeous. The amount of work and detail that the devs have put in here is just incredible. Every building, The golden walls, the rendered arches, the painted mosaics in the roof, even the interior is spectacular. Of course, it used to be a palace after all. It's a nobility house and it's filled with beauty and excellence. That's why I have picked it as my number one, because as a whole, this is possibly the most beautiful location in the entire game. Inside out, literally. You pick a place and you can get amazed at it. In terms of things to do, you can always go for some tea, relax in a private room, pamper yourself, or simply sit down and enjoy the refinement of this place. As a last resort, you can always head outside and enjoy the fantastic view to the toxic valley and the forest. Or just head to the lake domes. It's your choice. As I said, choose a place and get amused. That's my top 12 for the most romantic and beautiful locations in Fallout 76. It took me some dozens of hours to finish this video, so I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Which location was your favorite and what locations did I miss? I'm sure you guys know about many other beautiful places that I probably don't know about just yet. Let me know everything in the comment section below. I am Marta Branco. Thank you so much for all your support. You guys are amazing. If you just got here, I cover Fallout 76, so make sure to subscribe for more content like this. I also have a Patreon page if you'd like to go the extra mile and get a few bonuses on the way. The link is right below the video. Check it out. Well, that's all for now. Thank you again for watching. I will see you all very soon in the next one. Until then, take care. Adeus. Bye bye.